Today is Monday, November 18th. It is 10:28 a.m. and I call this special meeting of the Platte County Commission to order. The purpose of this special meeting is to facilitate the management and implementation of projects funded under the federal COVID relief program known as ARPA, the American Rescue Plan Act. First item on our agenda is the approval of the agenda.
Move to approve the agenda.
Second.
A motion and a second. Clerk, please call the roll. Yes.
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 That motion carries 3-0. Next on the agenda is the consent calendar.
I move approval of the consent calendar.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Clerk, please call the roll. Yes.
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 Motion carries 3-0. And next on the agenda, business action items. First one is 2024 RES 014 ARPA to be presented by County Administrator Wes Minder. Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. Wes Minder. What you have before you is a request to the authorization of bid for improvements to the administration building. As part of the county's $20 million ARPA project, we've invested in technology upgrades and quite a bit of upgrading our facilities. The administration building was the last kind of priority on that list. And so we have some available funding to do some upgrades, ADA upgrades and security upgrades to this building. We will be kind of reconfiguring some space. We have some available space here on the second floor with the completion of the prosecutor's office that will be reconfigured. And then also we're consolidating some record storage with the recorder's of deeds office. And then there'll be some installation of some security vestibules and some of the other public facing offices in this building, in addition to making sure that our restrooms are ADA compliant and that we have the proper accommodations, since this building was built before the American with Disabilities Act became enacted. So with that, we request the authorization of bid. The bids would be opened the third week of December, and then we would award the contract the last administrative session of the year. Project would start in the spring and it would take 2025 where it would be complete. We also have included in this project improvements to the juvenile building. It's a very small scope. Again, a building built before ADA. So we're including an ADA restroom and then some minor improvements in the entryway to make it compliant, but then also to provide a little more security for that building.
Move to approve business action item 4A, 2024 RES 014 ARPA, request for bids for the administration building.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Clerk, please call the roll. Yes.
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 That motion carries 3-0. Next on the agenda, 2024 CO 068 ARPA.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is a purchase authorization with Electronic Office Systems, which is the vendor for the state of Missouri for the court. As part of the courthouse improvement project, we're constructing one new courtroom, and then we're expanding and reconstructing a second courtroom. And so we were needing to put in new electronic equipment. We are also going to, with this authorization, upgrade all of the courts such that they are all using the same equipment. The technology they have is somewhat dated in their upgrades. And so now with the rising inflation we've seen in electronics, it makes a lot of sense to do one big, large purchase authorization through the state's vendor. So while we're doing some improvements to the courthouse, as far as doing some minor modifications, we are providing the latest and greatest technology to allow our court system to perform, including the use of additional pretrial services that they're expanding services for, and then also video conference and other items that they're doing to try to reduce our population issues we have in the jail.
I move approval of 2024-CO-068 ARPA purchase authorization for courthouse technology electronic office systems.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Wes, please just clarify for the record why we're not putting this out to bid.
We are not putting this out to bid because Electronic Office Systems has been selected by the state of Missouri as the vendor for our court system. So any work that needs to be done for technology because of security issues, the state of Missouri has selected them as their vendor. And ordinarily, they would the state court system would have a budget for some things, but then the county would also provide funding. And any time that there's anything that would be done on the state system, we just provide the funding directly to that vendor.
Okay, excellent. Clerk, please call the roll. Thank you. Yes.
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 That motion carries 3-0. Next on the agenda, 2024 CO 069 ARPA.
Morning, Commissioners. This is a lease agreement with Platte City. Platte City built a new city hall, and right across the street, they have a vacant building that they have identified as being upgraded to a community room. The county is partnering with them with a Parks Outreach grant to improve that. However, during the course of the discussion with our contractor for the courthouse renovations project, we determined that if we were to use that facility and relocate Division 5, generally Division 5, which is our traffic court, we could move Division 5 functions over to that city hall, which will reduce the phases of construction from 6 to 3 in the courthouse, which will allow us the ability to minimize the disruptions of construction activities on our court system and reduce the time it would take to construct it by allowing that contractor to get in and just do 3 phases. We have an amount, I believe it's $1,500 a month, and that is solely for the fact that Platte City will hold the utilities. We will not change the utilities over. They will pay the utilities, and then we will pay that lease amount, and that will cover our usage of that building.
I move approval of 2024-CO-069 ARPA and order authorizing a lease agreement with Platte City for the old Platte City City Hall.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Brinkley?
Yes.
Commissioner Wood?
Yes.
Commissioner Rea?
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next on the agenda, 2024-CO-071 ARPA to be presented by Facilities Director Daniel Erickson. Daniel, do you want to take these task orders all together
I was going to do that. Yep.
Okay.
That worked for me.
and separate out the change order? Okay.
Yes, sir. Daniel Erickson, Director of Facilities. As you are aware, the American Rescue Plan Act general provisions are that everything needs to be obligated by the end of 2024, which is quickly coming upon us, meaning it needs to be under a contract by the end of this year, has to be constructed and completed by 2026. So we're trying to wrap things up before the year. George Butler Associates, who we've hired as our independent rep to kind of oversee all of our ARPA projects and tracking the funds and all that fun stuff, has asked for 3 additional task orders to be considered by the commission. They are Commission Order 71, Task Order 15A, 7D, and 7B. 15A, and I sent you an email with Terry's rationale for these task orders, but 15A is the total amount of $87,352.31. This one actually is 2 parts. Part of it, 24,000 of it, is what they're calling Section A, is when the original agreement with George Butler Associates came into place. It was a flat fee based on a $20 million total expenditure with interest that's been accrued, plus I think some outside grants. The total amount came to $21.5 million. So they would like to seek reimbursement because they're tracking and managing more money than was originally envisioned in the original contract. And then the remainder of that, $63,344, is related to work that they have identified that Terry did in relation to scoping and preparing budgets for the courthouse project. So that is what Task Order 71 is. Task Order 72 it's in the amount of $5,372. This is related to the prosecutor's project. There was a redesign of a window/wall that came about during construction that they had to get involved in. So they're seeking reimbursement for that design work. And finally, also related to the prosecutor's office, is this Task Order 7B, $24,846 related to that project in designing, procuring, and obtaining all the furniture related to that project. So those are the 3 task orders. I would refer you to Terry's email for his advocacy for these to pass. I'm available for any questions you may have.
Move to approve business action items for D, E, and F, 2024-CO-071, 072, 073 ARPA.
Do we need separate motions or can we do them all at once?
I think we probably need to do separate motions.
Move to approve 2024-CO-01 ARPA,
Second.
-071.
071.
Thank you. And we have a motion and a second. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Booker?
Yes.
Commissioner Wood?
Yes.
Commissioner Vanderburgh?
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0.
I move approval of 2024-CO-072, the GBA, ARPA, the GBA task order number 7D.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Booker?
Yes.
Commissioner Wood?
Yes.
Commissioner Vanderburgh?
Yes.
Move to approve 2024-CO-073 ARPA.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Booker?
Yes.
Commissioner Wood?
Yes.
Commissioner Vanderburgh?
Yes.
That motion carries 3-0. Next on the agenda, 2024-CO-074 ARPA.
Commissioners, this is a change order number 23 submitted by Access Construction Company. This, as you will recall, down at the new sheriff's office, we needed to convert a closet into a new mother's room. That design, actual work is ongoing. This is a change order to reflect the costs associated for Access to actually build the thing. Change order is the amount of $55,650.
Move to approve, is this
No,
74?
that's wrong. I'm sorry. That's like when I said that didn't sound right. $6,815.
Expensive mother's
Yeah,
room.
that's exactly what I thought. I was in the wrong business.
Move to approve 2024-CO-074 ARPA.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Booker?
Yes.
Commissioner Wood?
Yes.
Commissioner Vanderburgh?
Yes.
That motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Next on the agenda, 2024-CO-070 ARPA to be presented by Platte County Recorder of Deeds, Christopher Wright.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Christopher Wright, County Recorder. 2024 CO-070 ARPA is a change order to 2023 CO-051 ARPA, where we added the Sheriff's Department last year to digitize the documents by DocuLock. We attached is the invoice. We exceeded a little bit in planning and zoning with some additional boxes and scannings and additional wide format documents. The wide format documents, which cost $70,075, DocuLock was graciously waived that fee since they were a little bit easier to scan, but we did go over budget by $55,650, and I submitted the CO because I think that they should be paid for the work that they do and have done, and would like you to approve that this morning, Commissioners.
Move approval of 2024-CO-070 ARPA and amendment to purchase authorization 2023-CO-051.
Second?
We have a motion and a second on this item. I just say, while this is unexpected, it's critically important, this digitization process and the project that you have spearheaded and just handled start to finish is very important for the county going forward. So I appreciate that.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Booker?
Yes.
Commissioner Wood?
Yes.
Commissioner Vanderburgh?
Yes.
The motion carries 3-0. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move
So
to-
moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Booker?
Yes.
Commissioner Wood?
Yes.
Commissioner Vanderburgh?
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. It's 10:42 a.m. and we are adjourned.